should I say? So, yesterday, I went to go watch Jurassic World Rebirth, I believe that's what it's called. Now, I have never seen any of the Jurassic movies in my life, as far as I can remember. But my man wanted to see it, so I was like, okay, let's go to a Tuesday matinee. I have a gift card. Let's see what it's talking about. Whatever. What else am I gonna do? I mean, anything else but whatever is fine. So we went to go watch it. Again, it's my first time watching a Jurassic World movie, so I don't know what to expect. Obviously, I knew dinosaurs. I knew Scarlett Johansson was in this one, so I was like, I don't know, girlie. Is she playing a dinosaur? Is she playing herself? What's she giving? And then when I went to go book it, though, I saw Mahershala Ali and Jonathan Bailey ran it, so I said, okay, well, regardless, I'm sold. Okay. I know there's going to be some talent. I know there's going to be some things to look at. So, okay, great. And so we went, to the AMC. It was the prime AMC. Ooh. So the seats, rumbled and everything. So that was nice. It gave what I expected, but a little bit better. The CGI was much better than I expected. I will say that. And of course, probably because when, Jurassic World first started, which was, I'm sure, more than 20 years ago, they didn't have the technology we have now. So I was like, oh shit, like, okay, these dinosaurs and creatures and everything they're giving, it's not like clunky. There was like one or two scenes where I was like, okay, like the background looked very much like Photoshop, looked very much like green screen. There's no way. Is that a garbage truck? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Okay, we're back. So I was impressed by the graphics except for that one scene. But yeah, also spoiler alert, by the way, I'm definitely going to be talking about the movie, so if you haven't seen it yet, and you care to not have it spoiled, then don't listen to this yet, come back. But make sure you come back, bitch. No, I'm just playing. So yeah, it was interesting. I'm not too sure how I feel about Scarlett Johansson as an actress, which I know might be kind of crazy, but at first I was like, but she got me by the end. Okay, she ate it up, she's good. I like her. Sidebar, let's bring noise ordinances for cars. Your car should not be making this much noise, especially in the age of EV. Like, I really shouldn't be able to hear you driving, but I definitely shouldn't be able to hear you revving your engine in a residential neighborhood. Sorry, I'm getting mad. Dinosaurs, okay. So, the movie starts. How does the movie start? I don't know, something going on, chop. But then they asked Scarlett Johansson to go in and get some blood from these dinosaurs for like $10 million or something crazy. And then she goes and asks. So this part I kind of fell asleep because they went to go talk to Jonathan Bailey a little bit, and I think I was like dozing in and out for a little bit. But they go talk to him and they recruit him. Then they go recruit some like pirate type tees. And then they're like, okay, bitch, we're gonna go to this island and find these. Well, they didn't know they're about to get, but they were gonna go, get some blood from some dinosaurs so they could sell the blood to United Healthcare, so they can make, or not United Healthcare, sorry, Pfizer or Moderna, so they can, biotech if you will, so they can make some life-saving medication that only the rich can afford. So, and then randomly they cut to this family out in the ocean. I don't know what they have to do with anything, but okay. They're on the boat. This little boy comes out. It's the girl's boyfriend. The dad is like, are you going to do your shift? Are you going to be useful? Or are you just going to sit around here and do nothing? The boy's like, I'm going to sit around and do nothing. And they said, okay, per. Next thing you know, Megalodon comes in and bucks up against the ship. It's like a sea dinosaur. I didn't know they had sea dinosaurs. I said, okay, now this is unique. These cars. I thought all the dinosaurs were going to be on land, but no, they had a giant sea dinosaur, and it hit up against the boat, and then it capsized the boat, and then the boy all of a sudden he's trapped in the bedroom, and it can't open the door. Oh my god, he can't open the door. And then drama. He finally gets out. They all make it on top of the boat. I ironically, he now all of a sudden has a shirt on, which was confusing because like in the scene, like when he went to bed, he didn't have a shirt on, and like they made a comment about him never wearing a shirt. But I guess in the event of the flood, he managed to put a shirt on. So they're on the boat. I'm confusion because I've seen the Titanic, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to swim away from the boat so you don't get sucked in, you know, when the boat sinks and all that pressure. So then I'm like, well, you know, buoyancy. And then we looked it up in the car, but I was driving, so I didn't get down to the nitty gritty, but I still have some thoughts on that. But they sent out a mayday, and oh boy comes to, like, so the rich man, we'll call him Elon. Elon was like, girl, no, let's just push forward. You know, they'll be all right. Somebody else will find them. It's okay. They're in the ocean. We'll get them when we come back. Mahershala Ali was like, girl, bitch, that don't make sense. Like, they need help. We have a boat. Scarlett Johansson was like, girl, yeah, that don't make sense. Let's go get them. Of course, it's the woman and the black man. Like, okay, let's go save them. So then they finally turn around and go save the family. They get them. Some things happen, but then the one man gets his nipples out. He got eaten by not a dragon. What do they call it? Dinosaur. And then they go back to the island. There's a bunch of little dinosaurs still. They start to attack them. They're going fast. The older daughter slips and she's about to fall out the boat. And then Elon is like, too bad, girl. You're going to have to fall, because Elon didn't want her to call for help because he wanted to get his mission done. So he's going to let this little girl die. Okay. And she was pissed off. So then the little girl falls into the ocean, and then her boyfriend goes in and saves him. And the dad was like, oh, you know, you saved my daughter. Mad respect. And the boy was like, yeah. And that was that. Then the little girl, they get on the island. The little girl steals the little dinosaur, Dolores. That was cute. And then, you know, I don't need to give you the whole plot of the movie. You can watch it. But let's talk about highs and lows. Starting with lows. There were about 15 million thousand times where that family should have died. Right? And I get, you know, tension, thriller, action. There's supposed to be like, you know, some tension. So I'm like, oh my God, are they going to die? But there are some times where, like, girl, like the dinosaur could have easily just taken a little chomp out of you and they would have been fine. But they didn't do that. So I'm like, if you're going to do this whole, like, ooh, are they going to stay alive or not? Build the tension. It needs to be, in my opinion, a little bit more realistic. And I had to remind myself, okay, we're watching dinosaurs. So, like, I'll give it that. But at the same time, like, this giant big ass T-Rex he put his mouth on the raft and it didn't even touch the little girl. And then he ate the raft, and now the little girl is magically, she's doggy paddling, taking her time. But it's like she's in a lazy river, just swimming as slow as can be. But this dinosaur can't catch her. It was ridiculous. And there were a lot of scenes that were like that. They're all sitting there in the shop, and this giant dinosaur is walking by aisle by aisle, tiptoeing. It was ridiculous. But what I did not know the dinosaurs eat people in these movies. I didn't know that's what was going to happen. So I was shocked when people started getting eaten. Because, yeah, they ate the nipple man, and then, of course, they ate the black man later. Oh, bitch, when they ate that helicopter, I gagged. Because I didn't see that coming. When Jonathan Bailey let that flare, and the helicopter came back, and the dinosaur was there, I was like, please don't let her eat Jonathan. Please don't let him eat Jonathan. But I figured they might. But no, that dinosaur came back with a helicopter in his mouth. I said, oh, damn. That's tough. So there were a lot of good moments where I was like, okay. Like, I like the choice they made here. There was a good amount of suspense. I liked that. Like I said, I liked the way it looked. I liked the CGI of it all. It looked nice. I liked the water, the dinosaurs. The actors were pretty good. It had a good amount of comedy, which I enjoyed. So there were a couple of points that made me laugh, which I liked. And, like, all around, it wasn't a bad. Like, it was like I gave it a 6 on my IMDb. Because it was a fun watch. But it just didn't And again, when I'm watching fiction movies, I need to I understand. Like, I'm all for like fantasy and sci-fi and things that are not real. I just need them to also still make sense, right? If you have flying dinosaurs that can just come and swoop and pick up anything and anybody, I need a reason for why they didn't swoop and pick up this whole family of people they could have eaten in a millisecond. You know, give me something. Don't make it believable. Maybe they have them. I don't care if you have them wear repellent or if they had dinosaur spray, something, right? Don't just have it like, oh, they didn't catch them. For example, bitch. Okay, right. So it's the end of the movie. They like escaped, right? And they're like about to get on this boat on the dock. The dinosaur ate Elon. We rejoice. However, they're on this dock, and this big ass dinosaur, the helicopter eating T-Rex looking mutant, comes to the dock, and they're like, oh, he wants the light, turn off the light. And so the little girl turns off the light, and the Mahershala is like, oh bitch, I'm a hero. I thought this little girl, I'm not gonna let her die. Or some kid already died in my presence, because he had a picture on the boat of a little boy. So I'm assuming that little boy, was going with the dinosaurs. So Mahershala decides, okay, I'm gonna light a flare, and I'm gonna hold this flare to lure this dinosaur out into the swamps. Am I gonna throw the flare? No, because that makes too much sense. I'm gonna hold the flare the entire time, and I'm just gonna slowly back away while this big dinosaur that was able to traverse this forest with these, because he's giant. Now all of a sudden he's got to go slowly, right? And so he's following her slowly with his flare, and then the dinosaur corners him, and then we see the light of the flare go out, right? Again, the whole thing, the dinosaur is attracted to light, and so it follows the light. They need to put some WD-40 on those garage hinges. It's unacceptable. So he follows the light, right, the dinosaur. 20-30 seconds after the flare goes out, Scarlett Johansson and the family and Jonathan Bailey, they have the boat, right? There's this gigantic light, right? Big light, one big beautiful light, okay? And they're shining it in the sea. And the next thing you know, we see a flare go off. They're like, oh my God, Mahershala Ali is alive. Let's go back and get him, right? So they turn back around again with this gigantic big ass light. Mahershala Ali is sitting in the ocean, waving, flailing this flare. Like, oh my God, I made it. I'm alive. I'm right here. Here's my big flare. If just 45 seconds ago, this dinosaur chased you down because you had a flare, and you had to turn off all the lights because he was attracted to light, how do you reason this big ass light on the boat and the flare does not attract the dinosaur again? Who called Tyler Perry into the writing room? Because it didn't make, that pissed me off a little bit. And it was toward the end of the movie, which made me want to be mad at the whole movie because it felt lazy. It felt like they were writing it and then they were like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and, wrap this up. And that's what they did. So I hated that. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I needed to make a little bit of sense. Tell me what happened. The dinosaur just gave up and walked away. How did Mahershala escape? Okay. If he escaped, why wouldn't these giant lights attract the dinosaur to come back? It's not making sense. It's not clicking. And then they get on the boat. Scarlett Johansson is like, yeah, let's donate these blood samples to the world. Make it open source so the girls can use it to make medication everybody can afford. And then that was the movie. That was Jurassic World Rebirth. That was the gist of it. IMDb, SparkNotes, hire me. There were some other parts that I thought were interesting and, fun and things. Oh yeah, like when that black man died. So they were scaling the mountain and going down, right? They go into this random lair. They go to get these dragon eggs, dinosaur eggs. And I'm like, girlie, if you're gonna be in the nest, don't try to take the blood and stuff now. You don't have the time. The mom's gonna come and kill you immediately. And And that's exactly what tried to happen. But of course, the mom didn't kill the two people who were in the cave. They killed the poor black man that was outside, the black Frenchman who was outside. So that was crazy though, because I didn't see that one coming, even though I should have. So, all in all, if you like Jurassic movies, I guess go watch it. If it's on sale, right? If it's like a Wednesday and it's 10 a.m. and you're at the mall and you say, "Ooh, Jurassic World's coming on at 10:30," and it's only $7.50, go see it. I know it's 2025 movies. This movie, so AMC does like, I think it's like 50% off for like Tuesday and Wednesday matinees. Even still, it was $32 for 2 tickets. So you mean to tell me original price would have been $64 to go sit? Don't get me started. But yeah, I feel like dinosaurs in Jurassic World Rebirth was cute. I don't know how it pairs up to the rest of the movies. I don't know if there's any kind of through line. I don't know if I don't know like how it compares to the other ones. My boyfriend did say this one was like a lot scarier than the other ones. I don't know if that's true, but that's just what he said. As far as like tension goes and like this overall scariness. So yeah, that was Jurassic World. Go watch it if you want to. If not, you're alright. And I know Peacock has I believe all of the Jurassic Park World show movies. What is it? They have Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Is it Jurassic Land? I don't know. But I know Peacock has them all because I think they're all Universal. So you can go watch them on Peacock. Or instead of that,